Chapter 7, Subject-Verb Agreement. A person is judged by his or her ability to clearly and correctly communicate when speaking or writing. If a teacher wrote on a paper, "You did a well job," would that affect the way you think about the teacher? Sentence structure. A complete sentence is a group of words that has a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. The subject is who or what the sentence is about. The verb tells what the subject is or does. Helping verbs tell the tense of the verb. They help the main verb tell what the subject is doing. Main helping verbs are is, are, am, be, was, were, has, have, had. Other helping verbs are may, might, must, ought, can, could, would, should, shall, will, do, does, did. A verb phrase consists of the main verb plus any helping verbs. What are the verb phrases in the following sentences? Lunch will be served in the sunset room. Cruise ships are designed for passenger comfort. How many cruises have you taken? Let's look at the first one. Lunch will be served. Well, lunch is what we're talking about, so lunch is the subject. Will be served is the verb phrase. Served is the main verb, and will be are helping verbs. Cruise ships are designed for passenger comfort. Cruise ships are what we're talking about, so that is the subject. Are designed is the verb. Designed is the main verb, and are is a helping verb. Are designed makes a verb phrase. How many cruises have you taken? Well, here we have a question. Questions are inverted sentences that ask a question. For example, to find out where the subject and verb are here, you convert it into a statement. You have taken how many cruises? So the subject here is you, and then have taken is your verb. Here we go. The lunch will be served in the sunset room. Cruise ships are designed for passenger comfort. And how many cruises have you taken? Again, when looking to the verb for the verb or verb phrase in a question, turn the sentence into a statement. You have taken how many cruises? Linking verbs are the state of being verbs. Common linking verbs are the form of the verb be. Examples are is, are, am, be, was, were, be, has been, have been, and had been. Other linking verbs are appears, become, looks, seems, taste, sounds. Anything that is a sense. Linking verbs are followed by complements. Complements are words used after linking verbs to describe or rename the subject. A compliment can be nice, neutral, or negative. Don't confuse it with compliment, which are nice things said about someone or something. Find the complements in the sentence. Mary looks worried. Jeannie is the cruise director. Today's activities were fun. Today's activities were boring. Cruises are becoming favorite vacation choices. Same ones. Here we go. Mary, and then the complements is worried, because looks is your verb, worried is what Mary looks at, describes Mary. Jeannie is a cruise director. Well, what is Jeannie? The director. So after the linking verb, we have director describes what Jeannie is. Tuesday's activities were fun. Well, here we have the activities, and what were they? They were fun. Same thing. Tuesday's activities were boring. Boring is still a complement to the word activities because it describes them. Cruises are becoming favorite vacation choices, and the cruises are favorite vacation choices. Here you have them again highlighted. Sentence fragments. A group of words with a subject and a verb and make sense is a sentence. If the subject of the verb is missing or the thought is not complete, the result is a sentence fragment. Look for the fragments. Dorothea Dix, born in Maine, 1802. She taught school for many years, then volunteered to teach Sunday school in a class in prison. What she found was shocking. Mental patients. Shared prison cells with criminals that were treated worse than animals. Wrote a long report. Mental patients not being criminals. Many things changed because of Dorothea Dix. Here we go. Well, Dorothea Dix is just a name. It does not have to have a period because it's not a complete sentence. Born in Maine in 1802. There's no subject. Doesn't tell you who was born in Maine. Then volunteered to teach Sunday school class in prison. Who did that? There's no subject. It should be then she volunteered. Mental patients. There's no verb, there's no meaning. Shared prison cells with criminals that were treated worse than animals. Again, there is no subject. Wrote a long report. No subject. Mental patients not being criminals. That didn't even make sense. So therefore it's not a sentence. Singular and plural nouns. The subject and verb must agree in number, which is singular or plural. Add s to a regular noun to make it plural, and add s to a regular verb to make it singular. Some verbs are always singular and some are always plural. Is, was, and has are always singular. Are, were, and have are always plural. In regular sentences, the subject comes before the verb. In questions and sentences that start with here or there, the verb comes after the subject. Examples. There are culinary artists preparing food for later. Here is the list of the 5-star cruise ships. There are cruise lines that offer special interest programs. Where is your car? Notice that the nouns are in yellow and the verbs are in red. Intervening modifiers. A modifier is a word or word group that describes and is usually related to the subject of the sentence. Modifiers that come between the subject and verb are called intervening modifiers. Examples. Proper attire as well as courtesy and civil behavior is expected on any cruise ship. What are we talking about? We're talking about the attire. Attire is singular, is singular. Travel agents with training and experience are very helpful. Who or what is the subject? Well, we're talking about the agents, so that is the subject. And the agents is plural and are is plural. The ports of call are usually considered when choosing a cruise. The word ports is what we're talking about, so therefore it's a subject, and it is plural, so we need a plural verb, which is are. Last one. Travel counselors who assist people in selecting the right tour agree that satisfaction is based on attitude. Now we have a plural subject and a plural verb. Let's look at the plural subject, has an S on it, and the plural verb does not. Compound subjects. Sentences that contain two or more subjects are said to have compound subjects. Compound subjects, usually joined by and, require plural verbs. For example, quality food and excellent service are featured on every cruise. We have two subjects. We have food, we have service. So therefore we need a plural verb, which is are. When a compound subject refers to one person or thing, use a singular verb. For example, my friend and colleague is an experienced world traveler. We are talking about the same person. It's just they're a friend and he's a colleague. So therefore it needs a singular verb. When a compound subject is joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the noun closest to the verb. Example, the chief purser or the assistant is always ready to help. Let's see which one's closest to the verb. Here's the verb, so it has to agree with assistant. Assistant is singular, is singular. Neither the main showroom nor the lounges are large enough. Let's look what we have. We have showroom, we have lounges. Well, lounges is the one closest to the verb, so we have to, lounges is plural, the verb are is plural. See the difference? The dining room captains or the restaurant manager accepts special request. Let's look. Manager is the one closest to the verb. Manager is singular. Accepts is singular. Now let's look at the other way. The restaurant manager or the dining room captains accept special request. Now we have captains closest to the verb. Captains is plural. Accept is plural. Collective nouns. A noun that denotes a collection of persons or things regarded as one unit is called a collective noun. Examples: team, herd, faculty, company, audience, orchestra, chorus, staff, choir, flock, crowd, group. When a collective noun refers to the collection as a whole, use a singular verb. When a collective noun refers to the members of the collection as separate persons or things, use a plural verb. Examples: the crew's staff was on duty day and night. The staff is singular, so you have to use was. But if you say his crew's staff were introduced at the welcome party, you use were, because each one of them were individually introduced. So now it's plural. This is as one group. This is individual. Do not treat a collective noun as both singular and plural in the same sentence. Example: the audience was positive with their praise. Well, looky here. We have audience singular, was singular, there is plural. How would you correct this? You could say the audience was positive with its praise because the audience is a group. Or, okay, you could say the audience members were positive with their praise, or the audience was positive with its praise. Either one of those is fine. Indefinite pronouns. An indefinite pronoun does not refer to or specify a particular noun. Some are always singular, some are always plural, others can be easier. Things that are singular or plural are like all, any, more, and most. Always singular. Anybody, anything, everybody, each, every, many and, nobody, someone, anyone, everything, everyone, either, many a, neither, somebody, something. Always plural are both, few, many, none, several, or some. Examples: either of the two cabins is adequate. Now we have either is singular and is singular. Now we have both cabins are adequate for two people. Both is plural, are is plural. Here we have most of the passengers are happy with the cruise. Most refers to passengers. Passengers is plural, therefore you use a plural verb. Confused and misused words. Assure, A-S-S-U-R-E. It's to give confidence to feel sure, or to convince. I want to assure you that you did the right thing. Ensure, E-N-S-U-R-E, is to make sure or certain. Please ensure that the door is locked before you leave.